Get down for the winner pickup, quickly. All right. Here we go.
During my freshman and sophomore year, I was in Europe, and I was on this island in Ios. It was off of in Greece. And while on Ios, I wanted to get back to Athens, but I reached in my pocket and found I only had $20, and I still wanted to see Italy and Ireland. So I snuck on this boat. I stowed away on this boat, and I'm sitting next to a guy, and I go, "Hey man, I stowed away. They never even got my ticket." He said, "They haven't even come around yet." And when they find you on this boat, he says, "This happened to a buddy of mine." He says, "They're going to take you below and beat you with socks full of soap because it doesn't show bruises." I say the typical thing, "No, they won't. I'm an American." Oh, he said, "They're going to love you." Sure enough, this crew comes up and they start looking for people with tickets. And I know I don't have one, so I hide behind these barrel-looking depth charge things. And they see my shoes sticking out. So they blow a whistle. Now it's cat and mouse on top of that deck. And that's when I see this rope ladder hanging over the side of the ship. And I crawl down this rope ladder and I'm hanging over the water. And I think if I see land anywhere, I'm just dropping in the water. I'm going to just swim for it. And I'm hanging there and I pray. I haven't prayed in years, but I thought, this is the time to pray. And I went, "Please God, get me out of this, get me out of this. Please, and I'll never do anything this stupid again as long as I live." And I'm wild Russian boar hunting in Texas. They bring wild Russian boars so we can big game hunt in Texas. These things are like 500, 600 pounds. They have these huge tusks. And you hunt them in the middle of the night because they eat meat in the middle of the night, which is you. So when they come to eat you, that's when you shoot them. Now, I'm what's called the light man. I've got a flashlight, and it's my job when the boar comes up to shine the light on the boar, then the guide, Mario, will shoot it. I go, "Well, Mario, aren't they going to come for the guy with the light?" He says, "Yeah." So I decide right then and there, if I see a wild Russian boar, I'm shining the light on Mario. Ooh, there's a big one. So we're standing there when all of a sudden I see this cow standing there. I go, "Mario, there's a cow." He goes, "A cow? Well, my property, my cow." He takes out a 6-shooter. Blam, 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 blam. The cow looks at Mario, walks away. I think, "Oh, good, I'm the light man." Mario falls asleep on top of his rifle, and he's laying there sleeping. And I'm in the middle of Texas, out there in the bush, waiting for a wild Russian boar to come and eat me. And I pray, "Please, God, please get me out of this. Please get me out of this, and I will never do anything this stupid again as long as I live." And I'm at Mardi Gras. You know where that one's going. So 11 years ago, I'm in a motorcycle accident when my prayers shifted for a third and final time. I'm in a motorcycle accident, and I'm in rehab. And while in rehab, 9/11 happens to the United States. And I watch on TV as the whole country holds the cultural post-traumatic stress at the same time I am. All both at the same time, going anger, denial, vengeance. And every day, I would try to take the elevator down and walk a half a block. That's all that could right me. And I remember one time I'm in the elevator, and this kid gets on with me, and he's 8 years old, and he looks up and he goes, "I hit my head on a fence post, and I had to get 8 stitches here." I go, "Oh yeah?" I had to get stitches from here to here, down my chest, down one arm, down one leg to the floor. The kid looks at me and says, "Yeah, but mine really hurt." There's no judging another man's pain. I get to the bottom floor, I take my half-block walk, and Mary's waiting for me in the lobby, and she's got this apple, and she says, "You've got to eat these apples, these are really good. I haven't tasted food in a month." And I said, "Mary, I'm not interested." She says, "Please, you're losing so much weight." She says, "Please, just take a bite for me." So I take the apple, and I bite into it, and that was the day flavor returned. And this sweetness hit my mouth, and as soon as it hit my mouth, the tears started to flow out of my eyes. I had not cried in years, and it flushed out all those antibiotics and toxins. And as these tears came out and burned my eyes, between the burning in my eyes and the sweetness in my mouth, it felt so good to be alive. I said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." And that's the day my prayers shifted to prayers of thanks. And I don't know whether good stuff started to happen to me because I was noticing it more or that because I was saying thanks. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Every day I found blessings in my curses. And I do to this day. Because every day somebody helps me. And I tell you, nobody looks better than when they're helping somebody. So some days I'll be at home. I'll be with Mary. We're sitting on the couch, and we have our wiener dogs. Oh, we got a basset hound now. I love this basset hound. When we got him, he's 10 weeks old, and the trainer, or the breeder, dropped him off. And she said, okay, when it comes to training a basset hound, they start out slow, and then they taper off. So, it's true. And so we're sitting there, it's snowing outside because it's Minnesota, and we got a fire in the fireplace, and I'm with Mary, and I'll take a moment to pray to God to ask Jesus to tell Santa, if there's one thing I want, it's to say thank you. Thank you, thank you. Or a squirrel monkey.